suit.
It's November 13th, and this is the Acton Policy Group. We're looking at the computer usage policy, hoping to finish it off tonight.
Ain't gonna happen.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We can do this.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
I think we all
I'm
need to
getting
work
sick of
off
looking
one
at it,
document.
aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay. So what I had on my two pieces here, you've incorporated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Into this thing that,
right.
Which is right here.
right.
So this is the complete policy.
With the exception of your parts.
Which are in here.
Yes,
But if you could email them to her, she can,
I did.
okay, excellent.
I'll assume they're there, and I haven't looked at it beside.
Okay. If not, email me and let me know when you get home if you don't have it, and I'll resend it. But
Did you send it to
He usually
me?
gets
I
them.
sent
Yeah.
it to
I'll
all
have it
three
then.
of you.
Yep.
Yeah, he usually gets them and will forward it to you.
Okay. So we're still not certain about
So this is like-
Hotmail.
Like 3 pages.
No, for some reason or other.
Maybe it said dash in your name?
It's an underscore, not a dash.
Okay.
That could be why I'm not getting anything.
No, I did, the first time I did it today, I put the dash in, and I thought, oh, I think that's an underscore, and I,
Yeah, no, I didn't get anything from you today.
I don't understand why I don't have these changes. Like to this here, what you have here is not
what section are you
what I
looking
have.
at?
The first
The
section,
policy section?
yeah.
And that's what you did.
Right.
Right.
And when do we make changes to that? When do we do the
Open those
changes on
down.
the,
I've gotten to a
Honey.
point where after a certain period, I throw out the old stuff, because then I start
Yeah.
looking at the wrong copies.
yeah? Yeah,
It's too cold. You're cold? Wow.
I'll be in, not a hot flash yet.
Don't wait for it.
Do you want to come sit with us?
you want one of our beautiful new chairs?
Now, what are you looking for?
I see here there's from Virginia, and this was what you did on 9/20, received a 9/25 from meeting.
Well, at this
a
point,
long
does
time
it
ago.
really
It
matter
doesn't.
when it changed?
No, it
Only
doesn't, it's
exactly.
just, yeah, no, it doesn't, it's just that I'm wondering why I still have that paragraph there,
We are too,
yeah.
It's a mystery.
if that helps you.
History.
That's why I say, I don't think that, if we continue, that we should.
Way too much paper,
We should spread it out like that. I think we should just work on a document,
the way we
the
have been
entire,
doing.
yeah, in the past. I found this very confusing, personally.
That's okay, we need to find something that will work for most everybody.
So,
All right. Did anybody have any more possible changes just on the policy section?
No.
Any further thoughts? Or-
Notice I'm not arguing that in your last paragraph.
It's appropriate there.
It is appropriate there.
The town recognizes that some personal use? Well, thank you. A liberal of you. Good.
Kinder, gentler me.
Should town be small caps, small case? It says town-owned computer.
Well, we get it capital T in most of the,
I think it represents town of Acton,
I do too.
small,
Yeah.
so I think it should be
Leave it.
I do too.
capitalized, yeah.
All right. We really consolidated that software, hardware, games business.
The two paragraphs, two commas on the
Excuse
first sentence, will be provided, comma, and installed, comma, should come out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now that you're the keeper of this document, I think you should be doing this.
Punctuation person?
No, I think you should be now in control of this document, rather than have whoever change it and send it to you and try to incorporate it.
Okay.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
Sure.
All right, remove 2 commas.
Oh, should that be has?
Where you want? The one that starts download softwares?
Yeah. No,
No, it's a multiple
right,
thing.
yeah.
I think we covered everything possible in that first sentence.
Yep.
I mean, is there anything that now or in the future?
I don't know what the future is.
Now, if we're capitalizing office manager, should we capitalize department manager?
No, because
No.
there's multiple department managers,
Only one Jennifer?
and there's only one office manager, and that's her official title. Right. Given that?
Move to adjourn?
Electron. We'll leave when you run out of your orange soda there.
Oh, excuse me, down that heartbeat.
Electronic mail.
Now, the only thing I have that was different from what you just gave me was the notwithstanding. I put that in the electronic email because that had something to do with the town being able to look at it and all that kind of stuff, but it was something that was added to my paper and Steve's from the last time we met, was to put that in there, so
Who did electronic mail?
I did.
Oh, okay. What paragraph are you on now?
The very last paragraph.
Yep.
There was just one sentence, all emails must comply. But then there was a note that said to add the bottom of a paragraph from the corporate email, and this was it. But on the one that I just got from Virginia, it had her, that small paragraph is at the bottom of her first paragraph. I don't know, I just did.
For mine?
No, Virginia just brought in.
No, Elaine.
She's
Oh, Elaine
Virginia.
just brought in a piece, sorry.
It's all right.
Be a long night.
Elaine just brought in a piece.
See, that's why I like to keep these committees small. It's hard enough to keep track of 4 people.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it, it's in there.
Yeah, well,
You're saying this here on the computer use policy,
Right.
what I show on the one I just gave you a
Yeah.
copy of, this here was put in under electronic
okay,
mail.
I just wanted to let everybody
The
know.
whole
why.
thing or just a sentence?
That whole paragraph has been added to the one sentence that was there. The ending paragraph for electronic mail, the only thing we had left was all emails must comply. Then we added that last notwithstanding paragraph, and that's why it's so big.
These companies should be towns.
Oh, yep.
How'd that sneak through all these ones?
No, oh, yeah. Well, this is the first time we've ever actually taken anything from it without. making
Company,
changes.
should be town. Deb's setting up a new business.
Now, I don't know who did instant messaging, or is that one that's coming off because they don't do that here?
I think we said that they just don't do instant
That's what I
messaging
thought.
here.
but I didn't want to take it out just in case.
All right. So orderly.
Do you want to put something in there about instant messaging being prohibited, or just take it out?
I would just take it out.
So you're gonna add this personal use to yours.
Is that yours?
That's mine.
Okay, yep.
Is that under its own section?
Is it under its own section?
Yes.
Yeah. So she probably
I don't see a header for it in here.
keep
do you?
tracks.
You have the,
Yeah, where do you want it? Yes, but why do you want it?
I want to see where personal use goes.
I think it goes right there. It goes, it's the second section.
Nope, I don't. You did ask me about the corporate one, right?
Yep. Personal use comes right after computer policy. That's where I got it, all where it's in order. Okay, so personal use goes here. Okay. Actually, it says bottom section. Does that go to the end?
Yeah, I thought we discussed moving it to the end.
Yep.
Yeah, I did it and I sent it to you.
Oh, did you?
It's not in there. That's not the computer you did all your work on.
Oh, that's right, I think it didn't matter which one I brought.
It does.
Computer person.
You have more than one?
He has one, I have one. I
Yeah.
brought his. And it's on mine. I'm not on the shared drive, so.
What do
It
you
is on
look,
the shared drive, but you can't get to the shared drive from here.
And I told you I didn't put it all, the finished copy
Oh,
on
okay.
it.
You have to tote your own stuff. in
Pardon?
your bag.
I didn't tell her to
Do
bring a
you
computer.
have hers in your bag?
Oh, no.
All right. Want to read storing and transferring and see if that looks okay?
Yeah, we were gonna combine the last two paragraphs into one.
If there are questions, and transferring data becomes one paragraph.
Well, there's only one sentence in the last paragraph. I'm gonna combine those last two paragraphs.
Okay, I've got that.
Yeah.
And where did this one come from?
Right
Oh,
there.
I see, okay, yep.
Oh,
I
was-
did combine those two.
Okay,
That's
was
why.
this Elaine's?
I did.
Because that's
Yes,
not in.
Steve, I'm sorry. Steve combined the two. I just happened to have a copy of it.
Good thing. Because it's not on my copy here.
No, but that was because that was his job to do it. This was his section.
Okay. But this is the one you gave me tonight.
You see that?
And it's all one paragraph.
Yeah, right here.
These two,
All right, so I can't read.
these two small ones became one big
yeah,
one.
right,
Yeah.
right.
All right, so we're gonna take out instant messaging. Right?
Yes.
That's what I was looking at. Instant messaging
Ah.
on the line. We'll get there. See, this is the downside of meeting once a month.
Brain damage?
Yeah.
We lose track.
Yeah, so instant messaging is coming out completely,
Right.
and that's because they don't have it. They
Correct.
don't use it. They don't allow it. Is it something that should be in the policy because if they decide to have it, it would be in there? Or no?
If they decide to put it in, they can adjust the policy.
You don't feel it should be in there?
No.
Is it because they don't have the capability of it, or they don't want it?
I don't know that they would have the need for it.
Can't you get not being a person that does it, can't you get instant messaging from any online software, kind of Hotmail, Gmail or something?
Pretty much.
I think you can. We used to use it in the office sometimes if we were working at an office and there was a large conference call going on, or a meeting in a conference room, and you could send information to the lawyers while the meeting was going on. So I don't know that, I'm sure there's other uses for it, but that's,
What about this last paragraph, what about this last sentence that's in there? It says, and are not allowed to download or install any IM software on their town computer. I know we have it covered that somewhere, that they're not allowed to download anything. The only one that puts anything on, downloads any software to the hardware is the office manager or the technical person, right?
Right.
right?
So, you don't think that should be in there? Since
No, 'cause-
IM isn't covered at all anywhere?
But IM doesn't exist in this little universe here. They don't have that feature, that application.
But could someone, Steve, could someone bring it in and download it?
Sure, but, you know, they could do crossword puzzles, and we haven't addressed that either, you know. You can't try to include everything.
That could be possibly
Yeah.
used, yeah. I understand that, but is that something that's used by a lot of people, IM, instant messaging?
I couldn't say, I use it at work quite a bit, but,
Uh-huh.
that's,
But that's the nature of your job.
yeah.
Plus you're off-site, so does that mean you would have more occasion to use it?
Yeah, because we usually, we do that instead of calling someone, it's just more convenient,
Yeah, and you don't have to talk to them.
Right.
Just leave them a message.
and I can understand them.
So that keeps
I heard
them,
that.
that keeps them from doing an instant message on the town's computer system. But they could have it on their phone, right? On their smartphone,
You mean for texting?
for instant messages, to send instant messages to,
Yeah, but that's
To
on
someone.
their phone, that's not on the town computer.
right. Okay, so the deal is that it's not on.
This just covers really town
Using
equipment.
town computer equipment.
Town equipment.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's not about phone usage.
Well, if you're talking to somebody that has that capability on their end, and so then you're not using the towns, you're using
Right.
their personal equipment, your personal equipment.
Now, if you were to do instant messaging about town business of some sort, would that be covered under anything? The confidentiality rule that goes on here or whatever?
But like Steve says, you can't, you know, in this particular policy, you can't go and cover their discipline or their, you know, whether they would use. I mean, I know what you're saying, but I
don't know
would
if
think
that-
that would be covered under some other policy where.
Like under the personal policy about
Yes.
gossiping and confidentiality. I presume that people are signing those confidentiality agreements that were attached to the personnel policy.
I'd be surprised. I'm a skeptic.
Yeah, I would think that,
Sure.
I would think that would
Go have a
probably
look
go
at
under a
that.
different policy. Yeah, you wouldn't want them instant
I
messaging
would have to sign a non-disclosure form to look at the non-disclosure forms.
about town business.
Non-disclosure. I don't think
I don't-
we
I
have
don't
such a
really- I
thing.
don't use instant messages, so I don't really understand it. One of my nieces called St. Peter an instant message one time. He didn't even know the phone was doing some kind of noise. He looked at it.
What's the difference between that and texting?
And
It comes like this.
Yeah.
Texting isn't that quick? I thought it was.
Oh, I
Really
don't
quickly.
text. I
I don't either.
instant
Watch
message
my
my
nieces.
my granddaughter on Facebook or something, I think. You can tell if somebody's
Yeah.
chatting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My grandmother's been dead for 2 years.
If you're texting her, let me know, okay?
Oh, it really? You might be channeling her, but you're not texting.
So we're gonna just
Okay.
remove that whole
Just gonna
section.
remove it, yep.
Yes.
It's out completely. Okay, and that was something that was not in the original Town of Acton policy then?
No, they have it here.
One of the things I think that we should do before is just to make sure that everything that was in there, and when we kind of finish this all up, one of the things I think we should probably do is just compare, all of us go through the old Acton policy and just make sure that we've covered everything in.
We
this
took a
new one.
lot of stuff out of the old policy.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
This looks
Yeah.
absolutely nothing like what it used to look like.
I mean, what you could do is go through this and see if there's anything in here that you wanted to retain, and did we actually keep it?
Yeah, and maybe that's one
Or
of the things that
reformat it.
Jennifer will do, is to make sure that everything's in there.
Everything-
Well-
That she wants to have covered.
Yeah, and
For the
I'll
town.
do it before I send it off to her, but you're right, she should probably do it again herself.
Okay.
Different viewpoint than mine.
All right. So we got the computer policy, we got the personal use,
I
software.
evidently missed the password policy.
But I did make the changes we talked about to that.
Hardware, electronic mail.
You didn't deliver yours on time.
I did.
No, he did.
I did
It
not
was
get
my
incorporated
error,
in
my
time.
error.
No supper for you tomorrow night.
On this last
Going out
page,
anyway.
why is policies plural? Under employee signature? Says I have received and read the attached policies, plural?
Well, there's one for each policy, for this, for that, for this, for that. Want me to
No,
just
no.
say policy?
Yeah.
Policy, it's one document.
Maybe you should say computer policy. Because it's a separate page, unless there's gonna be a header on each one that indicates that it belongs to the computer policy.
That's something Jennifer's doing, putting headers on, right?
Well, on this one, internet would just be bumped down, it wouldn't be at the bottom of the page with nothing
Well,
under
there
it,
is
that
an
would.
internet policy. I sort of assumed
Yeah, there is an internet policy.
who did it. Did you do it?
I don't remember to tell you the
I don't have my list with me for some
truth.
reason.
I can go back.
Nope.
It was on an email.
Can I do it? Come on.
I-
They look familiar?
Yeah, that, probably me. All right, I'll stick it in. Anybody want to get it? So,
I have it in the one that I gave.
here it is.
What's the date on that one? This is September 25th. We need dates.
Personal use. Employees may not conduct business.
Yep, this is me, and I thought it was somebody else, so I know it's on my computer.
And what's this last sentence? All information found on the internet should be considered
I
suspect.
remember adding more forums.
Should be considered suspect in what way? What's the thought behind that
That's not
sentence?
on, that's not on the copy I have, but it's on this one for 925.
Not necessarily credible?
Actually, that one's more recent than that, 'cause it has the or forums in it.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yes.
Nobody said to take it out evidently.
Yeah, no,
Thought I
in
changed that to his office manager.
the-
And put a capital F. You want me to take it out?
That last sentence? I'm curious as to
I have it.
What
I have
motivated that?
That we did take it out
what were
on,
we talking about that prompted that?
You have something that says take it out?
well, the version that I had from 10-9 has the changes from the 9/25 meeting. It stops after the paragraph, employees may not conduct business on the internet. Employees may not participate in any internet chat room or forum unless the topic area is related to town business. The town may monitor any employee's use of the internet for any purposes without prior notice as deemed appropriate by the office manager. And it stops there.
Okay, wait a minute. Hers says office manager instead of town clerk.
Right.
Oh, but that was changed. It says
Right,
OM.
so, do you have a copy of that? If you did the changes to this, don't you think you'd have a copy of this?
Yes, that's what I said. I didn't look hard enough. I thought it belonged to somebody else, and I just didn't put it in.
Maybe it's
This is
online,
an
your
old one.
computer, this
Yeah,
is just
it's
a,
online different.
yeah. It's not the current copy.
No.
Any others?
I did that. I did the internet. And I have a note here. Elaine, make these two changes from 9/25 meeting. Okay, done.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, revised from Deb. Yeah. And this was as of 9/25. But I don't know when we first,
Oh, yeah, this didn't work at all, did it?
I
Not
don't
well,
remember
no.
if, when we first dispersed the sections to everyone, if you
I
got
do.
that,
It's in an email,
or if
that
I
I
did
sent
that.
in
Yeah, I usually
August
have
or
all my
September,
folders with
and
me,
I
but I
don't happen to
didn't
have the
bring them
copy of it.
tonight.
Must have thrown out a few too many things. It's online.
Coming in, start again.
Mhm.
When are we meeting in December, the 11th?
Yes.
Sounds right.
It's like Pearl Harbor Day or something?
That's Death Day.
Pearl Bailey Day?
Well,
Right.
I don't really remember. I know I did two of them, and I know I did the personal, but I don't remember the other section that I did.
I will,
I'm sure we'll find it.
I'll check when I get home.
Okay.
I'll send you all an email. So, watch your Hotmail.
Yeah, we changed the form. The one before that was 9/11.
All right, the only other thing then on it is the signature page, and that's going to go all by itself.
Right. It should be separate.
Now, do we want a copy signed by somebody else to give back to them so that, I don't know,
Is this,
just in a habit now of having 6 people sign things and give everybody copies?
Well, if they, when they sign this, they should get
To them?
a copy of it,
you're talking about?
along with the
you're-
policy itself.
You're talking about, are you talking about the selectmen signing, approving it?
No, no.
The
employee signing.
read it and
Yeah.
they don't
I
have any
think it
questions.
should say, I have received and read the Town of Acton computer policy. Because if this
In case it
page-
becomes
It
separated.
becomes separated,
Then you gotta say attached to what?
yeah.
Yes, I agree.
And should it have what it's dated? Because remember, we talked a little bit about this the last time, and we said that if they don't say what the date is of the policy that they signed, then, and there has been any revisions made henceforth,
Well, on the, if you put this on a separate,
a separate sheet.
yeah, then the last sheet, the sheet before this, is gonna be the sheet that the Board of Selectmen sign off on, and the date will be on there.
Not a cut and paste.
As approved and enacted, or approved and adopted, and it gives the date.
Okay, but again, if that were to get separated from the page that the employee is signing. In other words, you're saying that the whole policy is going to be,
In the personnel file.
be given it to them, and it's going to be dated.
Mhm.
And then there's going to be a separate page.
The town keeps a copy, they keep a full set. We keep a full set in the town's records, personnel files.
So,
but I-
every time a revision is done, you want the employee to sign a new paper.
Well, I think even the
Yes.
original one should say in it that, what did we just say? The town, that it should at least say what the policy is, the Town of Acton's computer
Employee-
policy.
no,
Employee.
Town of Acton Employee Computer Use Policy.
That will be the same as the title.
Right.
Use policy.
Just point it out to me separate time.
Who has?
Twice, just twice.
Town of Acton's not sent it.
Not centered?
Mm.
Well, I didn't think that was important. I thought she did all the changes.
Actually, I thought
to
the computer, the
computer
second
use
line wasn't
policy is
centered.
not centered, but
You're right, she probably will change
I
it.
just copied
Okay.
and pasted from whatever it was. Now,
So, and then I think it should say, sorry. After it says, I have received and read the attached Town of Acton's employee computer use policy dated such and such. Because if this page were to get,
There's a date right
You-
next to the signature.
if for some
There's a-
reason you
there's a
had to
date.
go to
But-
court or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's a
But
date.
these aren't
They
dated.
said,
There's a
well, wait
date
no,
here.
they're going to, that's what she's saying, they should be dated.
It should
because
have,
there's a revision.
well, it should be dated when they sign it, but it should say on here what they're signing is the employee's computer use policy that I read.
We don't know what the date
Yeah,
is
I-
going
I-
to be,
I
because
disagree with
we
this one.
don't know when the Board of Selectmen will actually sign off
But
on
you-
it.
So you could just put dated and leave it blank, and it would be filled in on the date of the policy. I don't know.
Because what happens if there's a change
Right.
that's important and they don't get
They
the
don't
new
change the
one?
date. Well, what happens if they make a change and they don't change the date on the paragraph here?
Yeah.
You're getting into maintaining too many things, you know?
If this policy gets revised, there's a new document generated, everybody signs all over again, you throw out the old one, put this one in.
It would be up to the town manager to ensure that the person got their policy after the changes. or
And
it
that
would
she
not
got-
be his
she got their autograph.
responsibility if something didn't go right.
Is this the policy that you read the day that you signed this?
if my copy of this is attached to it, then yes.
I won't belabor it. I just think it should have it on.
Now, I have a problem with the disciplinary action up to and including revocation or termination. Are those my only two options?
Revocation of systems privileges or termination.
I put in the up to and including because earlier it had said,
It does say action up to and including,
right, I put that in there
oh, okay,
Yeah, you need some flexibility.
yeah.
because it had
I
said.
just terminated
I know you would.
with extreme prejudice.
I know you would.
Does that mean, I'm very sorry, but I'm going to can you anyway?
Yeah, I think it should say that.
Well, kinda, yeah.
Extreme prejudice, jeez. Yeah, you don't want to limit,
It had said will result in disciplinary action and.
well, it should be may,
termination
yeah.
Or something, but it didn't give a lot of options. Your choices were you can't use the computer or you're terminated, one or the other. So I stuck something in some verbiage in there.
Well, if they can't use the computer, what is it?
Yeah, why even say systems privileges?
Yeah. You know, if you can't use a computer, you're.
Might as well
I
terminate
don't
them
think
because
we
they
should
can't do anything.
specify what the disciplinary action might be.
Just ended it at
Or you could say
action.
disciplinary action up to and including termination. And then let them decide, depending on what the severity of the issue.
Disciplinary act, well, I suppose if they know it could get all the way as bad as termination.
I mean, disciplinary action might be a slap on the hand, like, take your music off there, take it home, you can't have it anymore. Because you don't know enough to shut it off, do some work. That's disciplinary action, but that fits that particular situation.
Right.
Leave it to their supervisors and bosses to figure out what's appropriate for the situation.
Okay,
And
so
the
up to
person.
and including or up to and including termination.
Yeah.
That's right, okay.
So if it's really severe, puts the whole system at risk, or whatever they decide is just, you know,
Everybody's
as bad as it could get, then fine, you can them.
So you're going to remove the revocation of system privileges?
Yeah.
Yes.
Up to and including
Because you see
termination.
somebody sitting there going, they read that and go, you do that and then I can't do any work.
Right.
But I still have a job, isn't that great? Hey,
That's
No,
those
no, that's
paid
not what we meant.
administrative leaves, isn't it?
Right, yes. Shock. Okay,
Yep.
any other pieces?
I'll get those done tomorrow night. And email them to everybody and hope they are received.
So the only thing that you don't have in here is the,
Everything is from you.
And the passwords in the internet.
All right. And I'll just find that original email and just send it out again, so you'll have a copy of it.
oh, sure, I have a copy. I save all my emails, so probably have a copy. I
Yeah, I'm
thought
gonna
I
say
would
it had to
have
be
a,
probably like August or September.
oh, yeah, I thought I would have a copy in here somewhere.
I had one for the longest time in here.
That sounds like
I must
so
have done
long
some
ago.
house cleaning.
4 or 5 meetings, huh?
Really?
That we divided up the sections?
Because we did some of it together as a group first, and then.
Yeah.
And that wasn't working too well for us.
Well, it was.
I think it was the subject matter.
It was working, but I think that it was going slow.
Yeah, this is gonna be very tough, the whole thing.
This was a tough policy.
The other thing we use IM for is to mock the person giving the meeting.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
The what?
Mock the person giving the meeting.
You know, point out grammatical mistakes.
I'm sure our writing skills have drastically improved over the last couple of years.
I'm trying to read the Hunger Games, and I almost put the first book down for running so bad.
Really?
Still good book, though. Give me a
I
time
didn't
to
read it. I saw the previews of the movie, went, not interested.
Interesting concept.
A very interesting book. Yeah. Actually, all three of them are.
Okay. So we can shut off the cameras?
I think we're done.
What about our next meeting?
You keep blowing in.
Are we doing anything for the next
Can
week?
you sing a song or anything?
I have to get further instructions from the boss.
Ah, okay.
I think we are done for the night on this matter.